Hello, and welcome to my review of the 2009 horror film, The Innkeepers. Now, The Innkeepers follows two members of staff working at a hotel, and on the last weekend that this hotel is open, two members of staff are trying to find out if the place is haunted by the ghost of a woman who committed suicide there. Now, in summary, I didn't like The Innkeepers, and since there's more negatives than positives, I'm going to start out with them. Right. So The Innkeepers does the one thing that all horror films should do, but does it badly. This film was not scary in the slightest. It could just be down to personal taste, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where you have to have headphones, lights off, person with you to truly find it scary, but as far as I'm concerned, The Innkeepers was not scary at all. It tried to be, and I can kind of give it credit that for at least trying, but in my opinion it left it far too late for any creepiness or scares to be effective. The film is about 100 minutes long, and it was about an hour before anything remotely scary started. It left it too late. So, well actually, if I'm correct, it is about, I don't know, I'll put it up here how long it is, but it was about an hour before anything sort of remotely scary began to happen, and up until then the film was pretty boring. I mean, it's not that, you know, it was a boring film, it's just they were building up the anticipation for something to happen, and it just left it too long. And when it did start to become more intense, more creepy, it really didn't pay off as far as I'm concerned. And that's about as much as you can say on that. I mean, you know, when you're a horror film, it doesn't matter how well written you are, or how good your story is, or how good your acting is. If you're not scary, then you failed. The fundamental thing that all horror films should be able to do is scare you. And unfortunately, The Innkeepers didn't do that for me. I wasn't scared in the least by it. Other issues I have with it is that the story is kind of confusing. It could just be because I'm a bit thick, but I really don't think that's the case. But, you know, the story was very confusing as to what was actually going on. But, you know, what can you do? As far as positives go, the two people that play the members of staff, they're good in their roles. One thing I will say about the female, because it's a guy and a woman, is this woman and this guy are trying to find this paranormal stuff, right? They want to find evidence that this woman's there. Yet for some reason, the woman is scared of everything. Like, she was scared of a bin. You know, one of those big bins on wheels you get when you put your black bags into. She just kept freaking out over that. And I mean, if that's the kind of thing that's going to scare you, why would you do that? I mean, what the hell? Anyway, the acting was altogether really solid. Like I said, the story is kind of confusing, so that kind of hindered the writing a bit. There were some funny moments in the film, which is why I'm more inclined to say that this is going to call The Innkeepers a comedy, but they like to call it a horror film, so that's what I will call it. And the music was really good as well. So, in summary, I will give The Innkeepers 2 out of 5 stars. And that's disappointing, really, because from what I've heard, the director, who's a guy called Ty West, apparently he is considered one of these modern masters of horror. And if you look at the cover of The Innkeepers, there is just 5 stars and 4 stars all over it. And a quote by Eli Roth saying that it's the smartest, scariest horror film he's ever seen. And it's kind of sad that it's getting all this praise, and yet for some reason I just didn't like it, you know? But nevertheless, 2 out of 5 stars for The Innkeepers. Now, would I want to see a sequel to it? Since the events of The Innkeepers were somewhat confusing and it really wasn't that scary to begin with, I'm inclined to say no, but maybe if they got a different director to do it, maybe then I'd be more interested in seeing the sequel. So I'm sitting on the ledge as whether I'd want to see a sequel to The Innkeepers. So anyway, thank you for watching my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully this will be uploaded before Halloween is over. In which case, if it's uploaded November 1st, I'm sorry for being late. But it is Halloween right now as a present, the 31st of October now. So anyway, thank you for watching my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it informative. And goodbye.